Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills. Pips pay my bills.
Somebody said, what about the ICT strategies? All right, so we got a golden zone. Now, the other part, what he said was, and take it live. Like, trading don't work like that. You feel me? Trading, you can't just say, just take a trade live. You feel me? It's whenever the trade happens is when I can take it live. You know what I mean? So you saw how I marked up that golden zone. But here's the thing. You also have a fair value gap, that's what ICT be preaching. I don't know everything that ICT teaches. You know what I mean? Because I didn't spend my whole trading career learning ICT concepts. Everything there is. And I make good money not knowing everything there is about that. But some things that I do know is the fair value gaps and stuff like that. And the supply and demand. This would be the fair value gap right here. But you also have an imbalance. So the imbalance is going to be this portion down here. I want to say probably right about here. I'm just looking at structure to be able to call it out. So we're inside of the fair value gap right now. And the reason why I was able to mark that up is because you have this wick right here, and then you have this wick, and you got this big engulfing candlestick in between. So you just mark up from wick to the wick, and that's your gap right there. Now we got to see. But the thing is, I'm not gonna just sell as soon as price get in there. I need signs that it's gonna sell. I found this on the daily chart, by the way. I found it on the daily chart, so this is gonna take time. So I'm gonna go to the hour chart for entry. So now we're inside of the fair value gap situation. I'm gonna put a trend line up right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an alert on that trend line. All right, so I put an alert on that. So whenever price decides to break the trend line, I'll get notified. Let's go over here to GJ right quick. Let's go to the hour chart and back test and see, do the fair value gap still work, since he said ICT. If you guys want me to back test a strategy for you, please put the name of the strategy in the comments. And please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Even share it on your social media. Let them know your boy Jay is live. I'm trying to grow the channel to 200,000 subscribers. Can we do it, team? So here's one right here. So it almost came down to it. But that's what I say. I say go ahead and throw a trend line on that boy. Cause see, I want to add something to it. Going to add something to that joint, and then we can go down to the 30-minute or the 15-minute to try to time an entry. That one just shot out though. That's crazy. That one shot out, but it looked like it still worked. All right, so let's go to back to the hour chart. Matter of fact, you know what I want to do? I want to go March 4th. All right, so this is March 4th, and this is this 2025? Mm-hmm. Yep, March 4th, 2025. So let's just see how many we can find. I ain't gonna go too crazy with it all night. I just want to run it through since March. All right, so look at this one right here, y'all. Okay, so now we got a gap right there. So now let's see. Now here's the thing. I'm not just gonna sell this right out of here, but I guess I could if I want to really see, does the strategy work just on itself without me doing any manipulation to it. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't want people to come on here later on say, hey, Jay not even doing a strategy right. If I'm missing something, correct me in the comments and tell me, hey, you missing this piece or that piece. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to just look at it raw. So if I just took it right from here, so boom, now I say, okay, let's say it's in the gap or something like that. When do y'all take it? Because I don't trade this like that. When do y'all take it? Like soon as it touched the top of the gap, y'all wait for a candle to close? So that just broke right through. According to that fair value gap, that was a loser. So this one ended up losing. But that's why I don't take them like that. I really don't take them just straight out the gate like that. Like I have a trade set up. So this one broke through, right? What if you say, hey, what if I take a retest on this side? So let's say you lost the first one. You end up losing the first one for about 24 pips. Let's see if it'll retest on the other side now that it broke. No, that thing dropped. That thing was out of there. It tried to retest though, but not really. I was thinking it was gonna come back up and drop. Now I wonder how big do the gaps gotta be. Now it's other ways that I would have caught them trades, but I'm just trying to do the fair value gaps. I'm gonna run through a couple more that I see. Okay, here go one right here. Bam, bam. Now let's see. Let's see about this. Ooh, that one won. Ooh, it worked. It worked on that one. We got paid. We got paid. So the fair value gap price came literally down to it, to the line. Let's say you even got in on the next candle. That's 78 pips. I don't know about catching it a second time, but the second time was 140 pips. That's crazy. Hey, shout out to that one. All right, let me do one more because we got one win and one loss. And you know what? See, I would only pick the ones that have the bigger gaps. Like, I wouldn't pick the ones with these little small gaps right here. Even though that one was dope. That one broke through. See, I think you have to read market structure with it though. Okay, let me just say this. If you know how to trade market structure, you know where to, like, when the market is breaking and change of character and all of that. See, that's what I think, that stuff is important with this. I think you have to know change of character and break of structure with the fair value gaps. If you just trade the fair value gaps by itself, I don't think that that's good enough. I think you're going to be losing trades just for lack of knowledge. You feel me? But if you can add in change of character and break of structure with it, then it enhances the odds of you winning. Because I say that because we got this high point and then market started consolidating and accumulating and then it drops. Okay, so once I see this market is going sideways right here and then it drops, then we just made a lower low. Now I know we're still at this level to the left. I know we're still at this level, but doesn't matter. It still broke this structure right here. Now you can start looking at all of that stuff if you happen to see it. So now you're going to wait for a pullback. Okay, where's the pullback? If I'm down here and you're going to wait for a pullback, let me rewind this for you. If you're down here, all right, this is what it looks like. You're down here and you say, man, I can't take a sale right now. I want to wait for a pullback. Where would you wait for a pullback? What makes the most sense to you? It's got to be to this level right here. It's got to be here. So that's where you need to be sitting, waiting for your executions to be. That just makes the most sense. Because that's why I say you need to learn how to trade market structure and stuff. Because if you know how to trade market structure, that's what your mind is going to go to. You're going to look at this structure level right here as a pullback area. Then you got the little trend lines down there if you want to do it that way to help you with time your entry a little better. So that's how I would go about that. So that's how I would do the fair value gap stuff. I would add in that market structure stuff, the concepts around that, and it increases the odds for sure.